This is the journey to One Africa. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mika, and welcome back to SNOA family. So, guys, the first part of the video. Today I've released the first part of the video, the side story of the president of Somalia and how he was treated in Ethiopia during African Union 37th summit. And it's very important for us to share both sides of the stories, and that's why we had to film the first part. We had to react according to what the president of Somalia said. And I still believe the same thing, that I think no leader of a sovereign country should be treated the way that he was treated. But in every single story, there's also another side of the story. I've seen this online, I've seen this here and there, but today I'm here because I want to share the other side of the story. And I'm here with my friend from Ethiopia. What's really happened on the other side of the story? You know, I've seen this, I've seen how people, they're talking online, I've seen in the comment section. Most importantly, I wanted to contact somebody that I trust, somebody that we always have conversation about Ethiopia, for him to let us know actually what the situation happened on the ground on the side of Ethiopia as well. It's very okay. So I've seen this drama and everything that is going on in Ethiopia, especially we saw the president of Somalia. I've actually done a reaction. I've done a reaction with the president of Somalia and what happened to him. You know, there in Ethiopia being detained in his hotel and not being allowed to enter African Union summit as well. And he mentioned his own reasons, and I've done reaction on that. But the second video that I wanted to do reaction is to actually know exactly why that happened, because it's very important for us to know the story behind what has happened. So do you mind to let us know what really happened, went down?
Okay. Okay, I know you've heard, like you told me, from the Somali perspective and from the press release and from the president himself. So on the other side, from Ethiopian perspective, as usual, you know the politics that's happening right now in the Horn. Putting that into mind, what happened was, like the other leaders, there was a diplomatic reception when he arrived at the international airport. Then he was escorted to his hotel. After that, the next day, the first day of the leaders meeting was about to start at the headquarters of the African Union. Starting from his hotel, Ethiopia has the responsibility to protect all the people, all the delegates, and everybody who are coming based on this event. So the security issues about the event is based on Ethiopia. So when the president of Somali was about to go to the headquarters of the African Union, he said, from the Ethiopian perspective, he said, I don't want Ethiopian protection. I have my own security group, he said, escorting him to the African Union. The Ethiopian authorities who are responsible for every leader and the whole event of the program, representing the international protocol of event organizing, like this major events, such as like the UN at New York and other this type of events, said, no, we can't. We have a responsibility to protect you and escort you to the head of the African Union headquarters. So he disagreed. And based on the information that I have, he went with the Djibouti president with their car. To be honest, I don't have a lot of detail of that process, but the detail I have is he refused. When he refused, the Ethiopian authority says, no, you can't go out of the hotel in that case, because we have the responsibility based on international protocol. So that was the first incident. Ethiopian authorities not allowing him out of his hotel is because allowing him out of his hotel by himself is gonna be, they're gonna be held accountable. So after that, I don't have the details until the trip to the African headquarters, but I know that he went with the Djibouti leader in the same car. I only have that detail on the journey. After they reached the headquarters of the African Union, his what's it called, colleagues, his Somali colleagues, were equipped with military weapons while they were there. So at the headquarters of the African Union, they were not allowed inside. By who? By the African Union security people that are responsible to protect the African Union. So it's not even Ethiopian authorities that are responsible for the African Union. It was the African Union personal security team that didn't allow him to enter with his colleagues with their weapons. Underline that. So that was the problem. But on his press release, he said Ethiopian authorities. So on the second incident, the Ethiopian authorities weren't responsible. You got me right, Samika. So that was what happened. So his statement is, as our foreign minister quoted, said, it was just a simple drama, and almost all the leaders understood that, and the event ended peacefully. So that's the side from the Ethiopian side. And if you have any questions, we can.
Indeed. So one of the questions that I have, and I really appreciate Mikias for clarifying these informations. Why do you think he did that? I just want to hear your perspective. I have my reason and I have my thoughts, but why do you think he refused to take Ethiopia's security protocol to go to the meeting?
Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure because from my perspective, I'm not sure about the military equipment, but from the statement that was released by Somalia and their supporting other nations of Africa, they published some articles and tweets saying that the headquarters of African Union must be taken away from Ethiopia because they're not capable. I think it's a political strategy to detach the African Union from the center of Africa, as well, Addis Ababa. I think that's the main agenda, but in my perspective, and reading from their articles, but it might be other agendas too.
I appreciate that. What if I say this, and I'll share this opinion at the end as well. Because of the tension that is going on between Ethiopia and Somalia, related to the Red Sea, we had a conversation about that. Do you think this also could be one of the reasons why the president of Somalia acted that way? Because he simply do not trust, Ethiopia. He don't trust, the prime minister of Ethiopia, and therefore he don't really trust that the security will actually protect him. So that's why he had to come up with his own military and everything. Do you think that could be one of the reasons?
That could be, but we always must remember that in any scenarios with even two countries having tension, when international and intercontinental, other nations being involved and international protocols are demanded, Ethiopia will never risk that, even if we have maybe some differences with personal issues. So I don't think that could be the main problem, because like I said, Ethiopia government has the responsibilities based on international protocols to provide their guests with the right service, with the right protection, and needs in every aspect. So it might be based on some tensions, but I don't think that should be implemented and be expressed in this type of undiplomatic manner, in my point of view.
All right, another question. I've also heard that when he got to Ethiopia, he was there listening to Somalia national anthem, but when they were playing Ethiopian national anthem, he actually walked away. Is that the fact or just a rumor?
To be honest, I've heard it from my trusted sources about that.
Yeah.
And I have heard that's true, but I haven't personally encountered that video, to be honest.
Yeah.
But based on my subjective and people and sources that I trust, that was true. But they didn't take that as a huge serious matter. But on the social part, a lot of people personally have been catching that. I've heard a lot about that, and I encourage our listeners to maybe do their own research personally. I can't be 100 on that right now.
Indeed. I appreciate Mikias. Thank you so much for coming here and sharing with me your heart. I'm just going to wrap up this video and share my thoughts as well. Thank you so much. Let me leave you for now.
Okay, my pleasure, Mika. Thanks. Have a good one.
All right. So guys, I think you have heard our brother Mikias. This is our Ethiopia SNOA coordinator, and you have heard him, sharing the story. And let me just say this, my thoughts, as I'm wrapping up this video, that the bottom line, what I see the tension that has been there recently because of the Red Sea is a result of this. I was looking at the interview that the president of Somalia was doing. He's spoken about two issues, spoken about this and also spoken about the Red Sea as well. And he stand on that. So basically you can see, when you're listening, you can see that this guy has been hard, and he's talking about what really happened with the Red Sea, right? I'm talking about the agreement between Ethiopia and Somaliland. So that's the issue. And I feel like if that issue is not going to be resolved by both government, by those two individuals and leaders, then I think we're going to continue to see dramas like this. I really think this guy should release a movie or something, because this is really, like, I could pay money to watch this movie. And what I'm saying that is basically it's drama, and it's sad that, the leaders of the country are doing things like this. It is sad. The first thing, talking about his own protocol, I said that, because of the tension and mistrust between both sides, then you can see that it's obvious the president of Somalia will reject anything comes from Ethiopia because he don't trust the government of Ethiopia, right? So you would see that. So is it right or wrong for him to do this? We can argue about that. But, as our brother Mikia said, that, the government of Ethiopia has obligation to provide security to all the leaders of the states while in Ethiopia, right? And I don't see any way that, maybe the government of Ethiopia is going to, jeopardize the health or the security of any leader of the Africa just because of personal issue. That can never happen. I'm sure 100%. I don't know the government of Ethiopia that much, but I'm sure that cannot happen, because that would be a very stupid move to make. You know what I'm saying? In your own country, for African Union, then you do something like that, all eyes will be on you that you have done that. So I don't think, it's stupid enough to do something like that. They will never do that. So I got to put that clear, right? But President of Somalia doing that is kind of like sending the message that, you know what? I don't trust you guys. Leave me alone. And the protocol to detain him in the hotel, man, I would say I would feel bad if I shared my opinion as somebody who is coming from that particular country. That's how I would feel. That, why are you stopping me? Why are you stopping the president of a nation like that? So that's what I would say. And talking about African Union, the information that we got in the African Union going there with his own protocols, and you have the rules and regulations inside that building, then you're not supposed to do that. It's obvious you're not supposed to do that. If the African Union say no, it should be no. You should get in by yourself. So obviously all these things and everything, it goes down to the tension that is there with Ethiopia and Somalia. And the last thing, the question that I've asked my brother, about the national anthem. I don't know if this is true. I've done my research. I haven't seen that video as well. But if it is true that the president of Somalia walked away while the Ethiopian national anthem was playing, it is one of the biggest mistakes. Why? Because it is disrespecting the entire country. And mind you that you have an issue not with an entire country. You have an issue with the government. It's a political issue. This is political matter. But disrespecting the national flag, the national anthem of the nation, that's another level. I don't know how you guys see it. And this is diplomacy. The president is a diplomat. He knows about politics, knows about diplomacy. Doing something like this, he knows the consequence. He knows what will happen. And it's not looking good, right? We cannot be in that position. We cannot be in that position to rage anger amongst our people, because what's gonna happen if you do that? Oh, the people of the certain country, they're gonna be furious at you, and when they're furious at you, the people from another nation, they'll be as well furious at you. And we cannot afford, you know, having these dramas. To be honest, we cannot afford having these dramas. It needs to come to an end. It has to. Yes, you know, this is just drama, and the African Union, it went aside. But look at me here talking about these issues, and other people are covering this issue. Then all the tension and every good thing maybe that perhaps were achieved in this meeting, they are diverging to a single person or two people, all these dramas that have been happening. And I feel like maybe it's a time to come up with a series called Keeping Up with Somalia and Ethiopia. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think you should come with something like that, because this is another level. But you know, and this is Ethiopia's side. We have heard, you guys, you have heard. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. It's very important to hear your thoughts as well. But I've raised my opinion. I've raised my thoughts about the situation. And I think it's a time to stop this. And I think it's the time for two countries to come together and to resolve this peacefully, so that our people can live in peace. We have a lot of things to be dealing with, and this is, you know, the least of them. And let me say this, man, this will be the last time seeing me talking about this stuff, all right? Unless if there's something very critical happen, then I'll be here talking about this. But I'm not going to pay attention to this anymore. This is the time I want to leave to the government of Somalia, the government of Ethiopia, to resolve this issue. And me, as a normal citizen of Africa, African, with you guys, Ethiopian and Somalis, we should retract ourselves from this, remove ourselves from this equation, and let things moving forward. That's the best we can do. We can't encourage rage. We can't encourage anger. We can't encourage war or conflicts. We cannot do that. All right. We should step outside and let these guys work themselves out, because they know each other better. And perhaps think about this. Perhaps maybe they're messing up with our mind. You know what I'm saying? Just playing out with our mind so that we be here and there. Let's be static. Let's focus on the goal of uniting our continent and our people. And that's my vision here at SNOA. I'm going to focus on that. So yeah, guys, let me know what you think in the comment section. I appreciate it. I'll see you next time. Hey guys, as you're watching this video, our vision is to reach 500,000 subscribers. Hit the subscribe button. Join membership to support our channel. Join Patreon and PayPal. All the links are in the description. Do that to stand with us for this beautiful cause of One Africa right now. We do not forget to sign up for the petition. The link is down below. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.